I really couldn't be any more excited for a video than I am right now, because it's finally the return of Pack Attack. And you guys might be sitting there thinking, what's Pack Attack? And well, first of all, I don't know how you don't already know, it's a wildly popular series I did back in the day. But just for the few of you that aren't aware, let me explain it. It's pretty simple. All we're doing is I'm on a different account, we're going to be playing ranked seasons, and in those games I have a list of like statistical goals that I've tied to a certain amount of stubs. And then based on the amount of stubs I earn at the end of each game, I'll buy packs, and then whoever I get out of those packs will be put on the team. And basically there's two goals for this whole thing. The first goal is just to see how good of a team we can build. And then the second goal is to see if maybe we can even take this team all the way to the World Series division. I did this series somewhat. I didn't end up following through, but I did it all the way back in 18. I did it again in 19. I didn't end up doing it last year in 20, and I missed it a lot the whole year. So that's why I'm so excited to bring this back. And I've tweaked my stat goals for each game a little bit. So let me break it down. Let's go through all these stat goals, and maybe if you're still a little confused, it'll give a better idea of what we're doing here. So we're going to start out with the hitting goals. For each game, every run we score is going to be 500 stubs. And then every total base, we're doing 250 stubs because I kind of wanted to weigh extra base hits and home runs more. So basically, in a way, it's just that a single is 250, a double is 500, triple 750, and a home run is 1,000. Every walk then will be another 250 stubs. And then every 5 hits in a game, I'll get a nice bonus of 500 stubs. If we have a player or multiple hit for the cycle, each cycle is going to be worth 5,000 stubs. Any player that has a multi-home run game will be another 2,000 stubs. Back-to-back home runs will be 1,000 stubs plus another 1,000 stubs for each additional home run. So if we hit back-to-back-to-back, that'll be 2,000, and then if there's a fourth one in a row hit, that'll be 3,000. If we get up to 10 runs in a game, that'll be another extra 3,000 stubs. But then this year we're going -2. Every time I strike out, that will take away 250 stubs from the total. So then over to pitching. These are going to work slightly differently, but it's pretty simple. We're going to start basically each game with 3,000 stubs, and then we'll subtract 500 for each run I give up. And that can go -2, but we'll cap it at -3,000, so we can't go further negative than we can go positive. And then it'll be similar for hits. We'll start with 3,000 stubs, subtract 500 for each 2 hits allowed, and we'll cap that at -3,000. Every strikeout I get on the mound will be 250 stubs. If we throw a no-hitter, that will be 5,000 stubs, but I do have a little bit of a caveat to that. The game has to be in the 7th inning or later, so if we get somebody quitting in the 2nd inning and I haven't given up a hit yet, that's not going to count as a no-hitter. But also, I feel like I should clarify, if we're in the 8th inning and that's when I give up the first hit, that doesn't count as a no-hitter just because it went past 7 innings. It's either the full game, 9 innings, that's a no-hitter, or if we're through 7 innings and then the person quits and we have a no-hitter, I'm counting that. And then in the same situation, but if it ends in a perfect game, there will be another 5,000 stubs. So basically a perfect game will be 10,000 stubs because it's a no-hitter and a perfect game. If the game ends in a shutout, that'll be an extra 1,500 stubs, and if it's also a complete game shutout by the starting pitcher, that'll be another 1,500 stubs. And then a few bonus things here. First of all, pretty obviously, we're gonna take a stub bonus here for every win. That'll be 1,500 stubs. It'll be another 1,500 stubs if that win is by Rage Quit or Mercy Rule. Every 5 wins in this series will just be another boost of 1,500 stubs. But if we're on a win streak, then every 5 wins will get that number of wins times 1,000 stubs. So if we start out on a 5-game win streak, once we win that 5th game, that'll be a 5,000 stub bonus. If that streak makes it up to 10, then after that 10th win, we'll get 10,000 stubs, and then so on for how many games we can win in a row. And then with the parallel feature being in the game, I kind of wanted to implement that in here. So every time we get a card up to parallel 1, that'll be 1,000 stubs, and then each tier that a card gets further paralleled, that will be double the amount of stubs for the previous tier. So basically tier 2 will be 2,000, tier 3 will be 4,000, tier 4 will be 8,000. If we can get all the way up to parallel 5 with somebody, that's a 16,000 stub bonus. And then finally, I'm going to play the YouTube game a little bit here. Every like on the previous video will be worth 100 stubs. So if you want to add 100 stubs to next video's stub count for when I open packs, hit that like button. It'll be whatever the like counter is at the time that I'm recording the next episode. So for this video, every like counts until I go to record episode 2. And then every like that is on this video by the time I record episode 2, that will convert into 100 stubs each. We'll put that into the packs. So now we have to talk about the Stub Bank. The Stub Bank is going to be really simple. There's going to be 2 ways to get stubs in the Stub Bank. The first way is any leftover stubs from the game rewards. So like for example, let's say I only get 2,000 stubs at the end of a game. One pack is 1,500 stubs, so I'd have 500 stubs left over. So those 500 would go into the bank. The other way to get stubs into the Stub Bank is that any card that I pull in a pack that doesn't end up making the team, I'm going to sell on the market, keep track of how many stubs I make from each card, and then that will go into the Stub Bank. And with that Stub Bank, I'm not going to be buying cards off the market. Those stubs in the bank will just go to more packs. So that Stub Bank I might save up for if there's a special pack that costs a little bit more, or if it just gets to a point where I want to buy a 50 bundle because we have that many stubs in the Stub Bank. So them's the rules for this series. I'll make sure to put all of that in the description of all these videos so that you can check back during the video to see where I'm at. But how are we going to start things off here? Well, I'm not just going to start off with this team of commons. We're going to open a 10-pack bundle to set this team. So the first game in episode 2, because I'm not going to play it in this one, the first game will almost be like a pack and play with this pack that I'm about to buy, this 10 bundle. Let's buy it. So one last thing before we open this here, the cards that I end up not putting on the team from this pack, that's not going to go into the Stub Bank because this initial pack here isn't like, you know, stubs we earned opening packs. But yeah, let's just get into it. These 10 packs are going to set this team for the first episode. So let's open this silver topper here, see if we can get anything good. And who is it? It's just going to be a silver, and it's Marwin Gonzalez, so probably not the best guy we could have gotten. Alright, 10 packs here to get into. Let's see who we got. We're going to need some good players to start things off with this team. Oh, and we're getting a gold in the first pack. Alright, what do we got? Matt Olson. That's literally the only gold that I have on this entire second account because it was like that initial reward. And now I have him twice. I'm just trying to add all these guys to the lineup so I can keep track of who I pulled. But hopefully these commons won't be on the team to start. Alright, second pack here. Any heat? Just a couple bronzes. I mean, hey, that's better than commons. They'll make the team for now, probably. Third pack here. What do we got? Another bronze. 2 bronzes. Alright, we need a couple more silvers or 2 to this team. We need it to be somewhat solid to start. Alright, this will be the halfway point here. 5th pack, and nothing still. Wow. This team might be struggling in the first episode or 2 before we build up anything. More bronzes. I'm starting to lose faith, I'll be honest. We gotta get something. Okay, a second gold, that's good. And when it's a reliever, I mean, hey, we need pitching too. 3 more to go. I could use a couple more gold pulls like the last one. Oh, this one's bad. 2 left. Anybody good left in these? We could definitely use. Oh! We're gonna be starting out with at least something good on this team. A good starting point here with a diamond. Who we got? These animations are cool, but man, they take forever. I just want to see who it is. Oh, it's gonna be Kirsch. That's pretty big. We're gonna have a pitcher to start things off in episode 1. Alright, I'm definitely liking that. We're gonna have a good pitcher to start things off in game 1. That's gonna be huge. That's actually really huge with all the pitching stubs we can get. Alright, last pack here. Anything left to get this team off the ground? And a silver. I mean, hey, we'll take it at this point. Another starter. Honestly, somewhat of a solid foundation to start things off. It doesn't look too crazy good, but early in the game, I mean, I'm starting at a 0 rating, so hopefully we're not going to be playing anybody too insane. And we got a couple of guys who can definitely give us the hits and runs that we're going to need to build up this team through getting stubs and packs. But I'm gonna go back through those packs when I'm done here just to make sure I didn't miss anybody, because I was kind of just trying to keep up with who I pulled as we were going. So maybe there was somebody I pulled that'd be better than somebody else. I'll check. But for now, that's going to be it for this first episode here. Just a foundational episode laying the groundwork for this team, and we'll get started with the first game in the next one. Remember to leave a like, because every like is going to give me an extra 100 stubs for packs in the next one. And hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of these Pack Attack videos as they come out. But I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you're all as excited as I am. And I'll see you in the next one.